Hi guys, this will be a quick video. Today I would like to talk to you about how I, as a senior citizen who was obese, who weighed 57 pounds more than what I do today, was able to lose that 57 pounds, and how to go from being obese, physically unfit, and in great danger of dying of a heart attack or a stroke, was able to regain his health and to actually be stronger now, today, at the age of 67 years and 8 months, because that's how old I am, than I was when I was a United States Marine M-60 machine gunner. Now that may sound hard to believe, but it's actually true. When I was in the United States Marine Corps, I could do 16 consecutive pull-ups, and if you watch my videos, you know that one of my personal challenges I take upon myself is to win a free t-shirt every year at the United States Marine Corps Pull-Up Challenge, which is an event held by Marine Corps recruiters at fairs, festivals, and other events where there's large gatherings of people.
He's allowed to be forced in, inflating the flexible weight ladder.
21.
Who has the mission of keeping these aircraft flying.
22.
10 years of military experience. Their expertise results in
23.
aircraft bombers for the Golden Knights. The C-140 aircraft used by the Golden Knights.
One more.
A medium-range twin-turboprop passenger plane modified
25.
The reason I started this YouTube channel is because, as I said before, I had a health scare. And on February 15, 2023, I was driving down a highway and I almost passed out. I mean, I seen everything was going black around me. I only had seconds to react, so I shifted my car from drive to neutral. And I honestly thought that if I didn't die of a stroke, then I was in danger of dying in an auto accident. And fortunately I recovered, but I was shook up badly, but it was a clear signal to me that I had to do something drastic to regain my good health if I expected to avoid dying a premature death by heart attack or stroke. So when I went home, I watched the Netflix health documentary, The Game Changer, which I highly recommend everyone to watch. And The Game Changers advocates switching to a plant-based diet to improve health and athletic performance. So I thought, okay, I need to do something. I'll give it a try. And after 2 weeks, I lost so much weight that I decided to switch to it permanently. Now, at the age of 67 years and 8 months, I'm actually stronger than I was when I was in my late teens as a United States Marine, and in my 20s, and in my 30s, and in my 40s, and in my 50s. I know that may sound hard to believe, but it's actually true, and I try to demonstrate that because I'm a firm believer it's not what you say, but what you prove. So I've tried to show that to you in my videos, that I actually am stronger. I have more energy. I'm capable of doing more things than I could earlier in my life. So the question is, what do I do with this knowledge? I mean, I know how to lose 57 pounds of excess body weight. I know how to regain good health. I know how to be actually more physically fit in my 60s than I was in my life previous to this. So what should I do with this knowledge? And people ask me all the time, what did you do? How did you do that? So after thinking about this, I decided to create this YouTube channel to try to pass along the knowledge that I've gained from the experience that I've had. to try to help others. I believe it's a moral sin to keep this information to myself, because over 900,000 people a year die in America of heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and other chronic diseases which is associated to obesity and the metabolic syndrome. Most of you may not be aware what the metabolic syndrome is, but the metabolic syndrome is a combination of several adverse health conditions, such as high triglyceride levels, high blood pressure, visceral fat around the organs, especially around your midsection. And I want you to know that, because I've experienced this. I know what it's like to have a pot belly and having to wear suspender straps to keep your pants up, because my pot belly was pushing my waistline downward. And if I didn't wear the suspender straps, then my pants would fall down. I know what it's like, and I know about the depression that comes with being obese. And I also know about the health consequences of being out of breath, because I couldn't even walk a city block without huffing and puffing for air. I know the frustration of not being able to do what I was once easily able to do. I've experienced that, I know that. And I think I should share this, the plan that I used, and to provide you with a roadmap. And I think that I can help, because I've been there, I've done that, and I have succeeded. I mean, it's a moral issue to me. Is if you knew how to overcome obesity and how to become physically fit, even as a senior citizen past the age of Medicare, should you keep this to yourself? When you know that there are over 900,000 Americans a year dying of health-related conditions associated with obesity. And it's like the old saying goes, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Okay, now this is the important part of the video, because my plan to overcome my personal obesity was this. It's made up of 3 components. Number 1 is diet. Number 2 is exercise. And number 3 is the mental preparation. And I want you to know that obesity is more than just fat. Is that a lot of obesity has to do with inflammation. Because when you accumulate visceral fat, which is the fat around the organs, there's a lot of hormonal changes taking place. And among them are these inflammatory agents within your body. So you got a lot of fluid down there. And you got adipose, which is fat tissue, blocking the functioning of other adipose tissue, which is creating cellular death. And so you got some necrosis going on within your belly. But a lot of that pot belly, that fat that you have around your midsection, is inflammation. Is that you're physically sick. You're going through a metabolic crisis. And if you don't eliminate this, this can result in chronic diseases, which includes heart attack, stroke, renal diseases like type 2 diabetes, or even kidney failure. And it can also result in cancer. And heart attack, stroke, and kidney diseases and cancer are the leading causes of death here in the United States. Now, the first thing is diet. You have to understand that diet is probably the single most important factor in losing obesity. That even if you don't exercise, if you diet properly, you can lose that visceral fat and you can regain your health. So diet is essential. It has to be part of your planning. But food should not only be nutritious, but it should also be inexpensive. It should be something that that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's going to put you in debt. Because if it is expensive, and I'm sure you've seen all these diet supplements that promise to do fat burning, but it's so expensive that you can't afford to buy it. Or if you do buy it, you have to buy it in limited quantities, and it isn't necessary. You can achieve your goal of eliminating obesity and becoming physically fit by just eating whole foods. The next thing is the food should be available. You shouldn't have to order, wait for it, and wait 4 weeks to get it. So all these diet plans that promise to send you food to you, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to go to your grocery store and pick up the food that you need to successfully have a nutritious and inexpensive diet. I also believe that the food you select should be easy to prepare. For instance, one of the diet foods that I eat is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I grew up eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on whole grain bread. Peanut butter is cheap, so is jelly or preserves. It's much more cheaper than meat. Frozen foods. And I can get a loaf of bread, peanut butter and jelly, and that'll last me a whole week. And I'll eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch and another peanut butter jelly sandwich for supper. And I've lost a lot of weight that way. But that's not the only food I eat. There's other foods that I can consume, like hummus. I like roasted garlic hummus. I go to Aldi's and buy a 10-ounce container of roasted garlic hummus for $2.49. And I'll eat half the container for lunch and eat the other half for supper. Or, if I get hungry, maybe as a snack. And I'll eat that with whole grain pita bread, which is relatively cheap too. I can get 6 pita breads for, approximately $3. And I think this is the most important thing, and that's whatever food you eat should be delicious. Or at least the type of food that you don't mind eating. This is the type of food that I've eaten to lose 57 pounds of excess body weight. And I've gone from 236.8 pounds to 179.6 pounds. But I eat roasted garlic hummus, which I buy for $2.49 for a 10-ounce container. And there's the nutritional information. Each 10-ounce container has 400 calories and 20 grams of protein. Green bananas, which has resistant starch, which makes it hard for the body to digest, so much of it will just pass through my digestive system without being digested. If I eat it while it ripens, the resistant starch turns to sugar. Yellow bananas are diet food too, but is nowhere near as good as green bananas. The reason why I bought the green bananas was for the resistant starch. Bought a couple bags of salads. Again, it's a lot of fiber, resistant starch. Quick package of 90-second quinoa and brown rice, which again has resistant starch. This is the type of grains I recommend, the ones that has resistant starch, which makes it hard for the body to digest. as opposed to refined grains like white rice, which has been stripped of all its nutrients, or most of its nutrients, and which will quickly turn to sugar. Black beans, again, a lot of resistant starch. Peanut butter and jelly, which makes it easy to make a quick meal. And I have some strawberries and blackberries for nutrition. I also bought a loaf of whole grain, 12 grain bread. And for all this food, I paid $36.02 total.